why don't you know about it? Here at Roots Haven Grounds, we talk a lot about resilience, self-reliance, and growing food that truly earns its place in the garden. But, every once in a while a plant comes along that makes you stop, look twice, and ask a serious question. Why isn't everyone growing this? Today's article is about one such plant. It's fast-growing, incredibly productive, easy to propagate, and, according to nutrient density research referenced by the CDC, the most nutrient-dense vegetable on Earth. And yet most gardeners walk right past it without a second thought. Let's fix that. The plant that beat them all. The plant I'm talking about is watercress. Yes, humble, peppery watercress. In a widely cited nutrient density study conducted by researchers and referenced by the CDC, watercress scored 100 out of 100 for nutrient density. It actually outranked kale, spinach, Swiss chard, broccoli, and every other leafy green we tend to obsess over. That score was based on how much nutrition you get per calorie, measuring essential vitamins and minerals like vitamins A, C, K, calcium, iron, and more. In simple terms, calorie for calorie, nothing delivers more nutrition than watercress. So, why don't more people know this? And more importantly, why aren't more gardeners growing it? Part of the reason watercress is overlooked is, well, perception. People think it's fussy, aquatic, or difficult to grow unless you live next to a stream. Others assume it's just a garnish, not a serious food crop, and some gardeners simply haven't had it show up on their radar because it doesn't get the hype kale or moringa gets. But once you understand how watercress actually grows and how ridiculously easy it is to produce, you really start to see it for what it is: a nutritional powerhouse hiding in plain sight. So, watercress is packed with vitamins A, C, and K in concentrations that, honestly, few plants can match. Vitamin K supports bone health and proper blood clotting. Vitamin A helps out with vision, immune function, and skin health. And vitamin C, it boosts immunity and helps the body absorb iron. Watercress also contains calcium, potassium, magnesium, and iron, all while being extremely low in calories, which is pretty wild if you think about it. On top of that, it's rich in antioxidants and glucosinolates, those plant compounds that have been studied for their role in reducing inflammation and supporting cellular health. This isn't just health food marketing, this is real measurable nutrition, and from a survival gardening or long-term food security perspective, that really matters. Here's where watercress truly shines for gardeners. Despite the myth, watercress does not require flowing streams or fancy setups. It thrives in consistently moist conditions, sure, but that can mean containers, shallow trays, buckets, raised beds with good watering, or even recycled tubs. Watercress grows fast. From cuttings to harvest can take just a few weeks, and once established, it can be harvested again and again by cutting the tops and letting it regrow. In mild climates, it behaves almost like a perennial, especially if protected from extreme heat. You don't need seeds to get started. A simple grocery store bunch placed in clean water will root quickly. Once roots form, just plant it in moist soil or a shallow container and you're off. This is the kind of plant that, honestly, rewards neglect more than pampering. So, if you're gardening on a balcony, in a courtyard, or maybe just working with limited land, watercress is honestly a gift. It doesn't need depth, just moisture really. A shallow container is enough. It pairs beautifully with other greens, or you can totally grow it on its own as a dedicated nutrient crop. Here at Roots Haven Grounds we always talk about maximizing output per square meter, and watercress does exactly that. Even a small planting can provide regular harvests of some of the most nutrient-dense food you can grow. For beginners, this is confidence building, and for experienced gardeners, it's efficiency at its finest. Alright, so, watercress prefers cool to mild temperatures and partial sun, though it can totally handle full sun if you just keep it well watered. The real key here is consistency. If you let it dry out, honestly, it'll sulk, but keep it moist, and it's going to thrive. Rich soil helps, sure, but it's honestly not too picky. Just add some compost, keep those roots nice and cool, and harvest often. Frequent harvesting encourages tender new growth and helps prevent it from getting tough or bitter. If pests show up, they're usually pretty minimal. Sometimes you'll see aphids, but a strong spray of water or a bit of companion planting usually sorts things out, no chemicals needed. This is really a plant that works with you, not against you. When you take a step back and look at watercress through the lens of self-reliance, the case for it just becomes clear. It's fast, it's regenerative, it's incredibly nutritious, it grows in small spaces, it doesn't demand any special inputs, and it just keeps producing. If you're building a garden that supports long-term health, not just calories, watercress really earns a permanent place. It's not flashy, but it's foundational. The kind of plant that quietly strengthens your body while asking very little in return. In a world where soil health, food access and nutrition are becoming more important every year, plants like this really matter. Most gardeners out there chase trends, but, experienced growers realize the best plants are often the quiet ones, the reliable producers that show up year after year and deliver real value. Watercress is definitely one of those plants. If you've never grown it, honestly, this is your sign. Start small, just a single container, maybe a handful of cuttings. Watch how quickly it establishes itself. Taste the difference, feel the difference, and then ask yourself if you ever want to be without it again. Because once you really get what this plant offers, it's honestly pretty hard to ignore. Here at Roots Haven Grounds, our goal has always been to help you grow smarter, not harder, to really focus on plants that feed both the body and the future. Watercress fits that mission perfectly. It's not a secret anymore, but it's still overlooked. And that means you've got an opportunity to grow something extraordinary while others just scroll right past it. If you found this article helpful, inspiring, or even just a little eye-opening, go ahead and subscribe to the Roots Haven Grounds YouTube channel. Share this with a fellow gardener, and help spread knowledge that actually makes a difference. Together we can build gardens that are productive, resilient, and deeply nourishing, one powerful plant at a time.